Hi everyone, this is Heather Lottinen from the Flourish.Academy. This is episode 351. Today we are talking about bracketing. Now I've done a few videos on bracketing in the past, but I was asked recently how I decide to turn on bracketing and then what settings I choose. So as a wedding photographer, typically when I am taking a photograph of a church, I have this big beautiful church, I have the sky in the background, and a lot of times the sky will look great and the church will be in the shadow, but if I expose for the church looks great and then the sky is blown out. So I use bracketing when there is a large dynamic range between my foreground and my background. One is in the shadow, one is really bright, and I wish to have both of them look good. So what I will do is turn on bracketing on my camera, and for most of us that is a button and the command dial, and it depends on the camera, but you have sometimes 3, 5, 7, and 9 images. I don't know if there's any more than that beyond. Somebody can let me know beyond 9 image bracketing. I don't know if that's a thing. I imagine it is. But anyway, when you set the bracketing, say to 3, what happens is you will take 3 images in a row and the camera will take 3 different exposures. It will take one under, one over, and one in the middle. And then you will combine those in a program like Lightroom, which has very good capabilities of merging these. I have a screencast that shows that, and I'll post a link to that video below. But it combines those so that the foreground has proper exposure and the background has a proper exposure. Now I am speaking only of exposure bracketing here, not focus bracketing or white balance bracketing, although you can imagine the concept is similar. The camera takes several photos at different settings so that you can combine them to create the best possible photo. Part of that question was, how do I determine whether to use 3, 5, 7, or 9 in terms of the bracketing? And obviously the more images you have, the more detail you can give Lightroom, the better the resulting photo. And sometimes this will produce a high dynamic range image, HDR. But there have been times, a lot of times in fact, where I just use 3 images and that's perfectly fine. I tend to settle around 5 or 7 more often than not. It's not hard to do. Again, it's a button. You have to just find the button on your camera. It might be in your menu, but you're typically looking for something that says BKT for bracketing. Press that button, you turn your command dial 3, 5, 7, 9, put it where you'd like it, then take those shots. Now after you take those 3, 5, 7, or 9 shots, make sure you turn bracketing off or the next series of photos you take are going to be kind of messed up in terms of your exposure. So again, I'm going to post a link to the video below on how to edit images that have been bracketed. But if you use bracketing, could you please leave a comment below and maybe an image? That would be great to show a combination of when and why you use bracketing. That would be helpful for everyone else. Please like, share, comment. It helps, and I'll see you in the next video.